Joined here by Bella MacLellan. And Bella, we appreciate you joining us today.
For sure.
Hey, you just finished up the spring. Just kind of recap what that experience was like for you. You got to play in each of the matches and just things you kind of learned from that.
Yeah, so obviously we played most of the teams in our conference, which usually isn't normal for a spring season. We usually play people out of our conference, so it was definitely an advantage to play teams that we're going to be seeing in the fall. It was a good experience, especially for me as a freshman coming in. Wasn't really ready for it all to start really that quick and tough, but I kind of got adjusted, and my teammates helped me a lot, and so now we're just getting ready for the fall and kind of getting geared up for that.
How much did it help maybe in some ways, being a freshman, didn't have to play right away in the fall, with how weird it was with COVID, being shut down, it kind of limits your training, your practice routine. So how much did it kind of help maybe, with you and maybe the team getting a little extra time before you played this spring?
Yeah, for sure. No, it helped a lot trying to build the relationships that, we were trying to do, and I think that was definitely an advantage as well coming in, as a freshman, kind of trying to get used to the team dynamics and the drills that Coach Metro and Coach Stevenson were trying to teach us. So it was definitely we used it to our advantage to get ready for fall and just get used to how things are going to roll around. So I think we used it pretty well as a team, and I think we did pretty well with the circumstances we had. But
what were the biggest things you've noticed, going from high school to collegiate volleyball?
How big of the game changed. High school is kind of like you just play teams around like your city, and it's a whole different game with college ball. You have stronger hitters. It's just a whole different game, and you just kind of have to prepare for that. And I was fortunate to train some college players before I got to WU here, so I was kind of getting the feel for the collegiate level. So it was definitely a good experience, and whole different ball game.
And take us back to it's last March. You're at your high school. Just kind of going along with everything. Kind of walk us through how it was. When everything kind of gets shut down and you're trying to transition to college. What was that process like for you?
Yeah, it was definitely tough. I had to figure out how I was gonna try to stay in shape and get prepared coming to WU. So I definitely took that to my advantage and was in the gym every day trying to get in shape. Trained with my volleyball coach back at home, just trying to get prepared so I wasn't gonna get obviously crushed here before, but I was just trying to get into shape and trying to get ready for the big level and college ball brings. So
you're originally from California. What was
Right.
kind of the draw to come into WU, and how much have you enjoyed being here and just being around on campus?
Right, it's been really fun. Never been to Oregon, so it was my first time, so kind of experiencing the land. WU was a small campus, so it was kind of a homey feel at first, and I really enjoyed that, obviously, and my teammates have made it so much more fun. Getting to know them and hanging out with them aside on and off the court. The team dynamic brought me really much to WU, and like the camaraderie of the team really pulled me in, so I'm really fortunate to have a good group of girls to be around with, so.
And how about the sport of volleyball for you? Out there as a middle blocker, what was that kind of the draw for your position, and how much do you enjoy playing that spot?
Coach Metro obviously recruited me for my athletic abilities and the middle blocker position, and I was really looking forward to play under that position. That's the only position I played since I was little, so it's really just been trying to fine-tune the techniques, obviously, for a middle blocker. Got to be quick and fast and trying to be efficient for that position, so that's definitely what kind of drew me here, because I love how the team runs their middles, and that's a big advantage, obviously, for college teams as well, so I really thought that was good for WU to have here, and so I was really fortunate to get recruited as a middle blocker here.
I'm sure when you went up for that first block, attempt, it was a little shocking probably when they hit the ball a little bit harder towards you. I'm sure once you got that first block, you're like, okay, now I know what level I'm at, right?
Yep. Definitely up there. It was a little scary kind of looking around, seeing who's hitters and what they're running, and it's kind of scary at first, but I kind of got used to it once I got down with the feel of the court, and kind of just all came back to me when I stepped on the court. So
are there any favorite teams or players you followed growing up in volleyball that you kind of tried to emulate or anything like that?
Definitely had some people I was looking up to on the Olympic team. For starters, Faluk, can't say her last name, but she's a middle blocker on the national team, and she was definitely a person I looked up to and kind of aspired to be. So
Yeah, the Olympics are always great, aren't they? You know, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter what sport it is. I know we're always watching. It seems
Yep.
like it goes by too fast, but it's always
Yeah.
great. You know, every 2 years we got one of them going at some point, so it's always nice to follow them every two to 4 years. So,
Yeah, for sure.
all right, Bella. Well, we really appreciate you swinging by. Good chance to catch up with you. It was good to see you out there in the spring, and we'll look forward to seeing you here in the fall. And we'll talk to you again then.
For sure. Thanks for having me.